And good afternoon, TikTok. This is your brother Herman with MakeUpSeeTheTruth.org. We are the nonprofit organization who is always looking for a way to lend a hand and help our fellow neighbor, our fellow citizens, our constituents, our family members, all our loved ones, you know, to be a more conclusive society as a whole. What we're Our aim is to do is to put out correct informations and help anybody that is going through any kinds of traumas or past traumas, any kind of life challenges, hurdles, obstacles, things that may sometimes stifle us if not receiving the right informations, the right contacts. So that's what we aim to be, is a contact for you in your time of need. We have already established 22 series, well, actually 21 series. We're working on series 22 right now, and it is entitled God Empowers Us Through. We've already done 2 episodes of that. We're going to be doing episode number 3 today, which is entitled the way we receive. We want to talk about the way we receive because it is vital, it is essential that we know as a people, or even as a nation, a culture for that matter, all inclusive culture. We know that we need to put out more positivity in order to receive more positivity. In other words, if we want to make a difference in life, we got to actually be able to look at the way we receive our informations, our teachings. You know, all the textbook and all the experiences that life brings our way. We have to be able to receive those things correctly. So today's topic is going to be episode number 3, the way we receive. Because it is vital, it is essential that we take a real strong view or a look at how we receive all informations, whether it be from a person, whether it be from a non-materialistic object such as social media, whether it be from a materialistic cultural object such as a TV, smart TV at that. Yeah, all that stuff pumps out informations, radios, even in the workplace. It pumps out different kinds of informations that we have to take in on a regular basis. So it's depending on how we receive is how we learn. And depending on how we learn is how we understand the information that's coming towards us. So receiving is vital, and it is very, very paramount as for how we are going to come across. We want to be very mindful of how we come across, because if we're out to become a leader or things such as a teacher or even just a good neighbor, we have to take a look at how we receive in order to become the ideal leader or teacher or neighbor. So even just an ideal husband or a wife, for that matter, ideal child or ideal parent, we have to take a look at how we receive. So reception is based off of a lot of different aspects in life. Reception is based off how we grew up, the culture that we came into to have to grow up in. It depends on your schooling. It depends on a lot of different natures, or I should say arenas in life that we have to partake in, which defines kind of our nature. So our natural development is really stems from our environment, and our environment is how we're going to receive. And then once perceived, it depends on whether it was a positive reception or a negative reception. Did we see something positive? Did we see something negative? Because that's going to dictate how we are going to come across to people when we express ourselves, when we communicate. And what we want to do is take a good look at our reception. So if I aspire to be a great leader, I have to be able to receive as a great leader, meaning I have to be able to have the ability to withhold myself and listen. I have to have that ability to listen. And the more I practice that, the more I become capable of listening to others' concerns. That is going to help me form positive, beneficial, and rectifying decisions when I respond. So one over time, these responses will add up into a picture of a what we would visualize a leader, one who can solve problems, overcome challenges. If I aspire to be a great teacher, and I want to become that teacher that all students run to, then I must be able to receive all the information that I'm learning how to become such a great counselor or a mentor, a teacher. What does that mean? That means I have to adhere to others' concerns, others' viewpoints. I have to be open-minded. I cannot be closed-minded. I cannot turn off and just think that my way is the best way, or my way or the highway. We can't do that. We have to be able to have room for what we call compromising. We have to be able to compromise if you want to become a great teacher, because a teacher learns from the teacher of all teachers. So that means, who are you learning from? Are you learning from your higher power, or are you learning from another man, woman, or child? We have to first off look at whom we're learning from to become that teacher. Because at the end of the day, all we're doing is we're just messengers for the teacher of all teachers. If I want to become a great doctor, I have to be able to receive all the knowledge, all the tools, all the etiquette, that's professional etiquette, by the way, all the definitions of that etiquette, and I have to be able to be relatable, and relate to people. If I want to aspire to be a great doctor, I must be willing to go down that path. That means I have to receive all of these informations and knowledge correctly. For if I don't, then I probably won't make it to that goal of ever becoming a doctor. So reception plays a huge part on how we're going to grow and how we're going to evolve into the men and women that we become. We have to be able to be receptive on a positive note, meaning that we're willing to take the half glass full approach when we come to receiving any kind of information from any kind of persons, from any kind of cultures, from any kind of sexuality or gender or identity. We have to be willing and receptive, willing to be receptive into receiving all kinds of information. From there, we can then sift and determine what we're going to apply and what we're going to let go. And if it's not beneficial for us to become a great receptor, which allows us to become great teachers, leaders, and preachers, pastors, neighbors, family members, and constituents, peers, then we must be able to have a reasonable mind that is going to allow us to use logic that shows us there is no evidence that we're going to ever be able to become what we aspire to be if we don't cut loose all those things that are contradictory for us to be great receptors. Because by being a great receptor, that is the foundation in the beginning of to ever becoming anything that you aspire to become or to be. You will never become a great father if you cannot listen. You will never become a great husband if you cannot listen. You will never become a great leader if you cannot listen, because if you cannot listen, you cannot teach. In order to teach, you must be teachable. And if you're not teachable, if you're beyond teaching, then you have become what they called incorrigible, meaning there's no hope. So let's take note of how we are receiving if we aspire to be great teachers and leaders and preachers and whatnot. If we aspire to become these great titles, then we must be willing to listen in a great capacity so that we can allow that to become our foundation to stand on when it comes to ever holding the title of teacher or leader or father or good neighbor or obedient servant, for that matter. This has been another one of Brother Herman's sermons inside of MakeUpSeeTheTruth.org. MakeUpSeeTheTruth.org is nothing but a nonprofit organization that's been put together to help people that are going through different kinds of stresses, different kinds of coping, well, I shouldn't say coping, but different kinds of challenges and obstacles, hurdles that can sometimes be taxing on a person's mental, on a person's everyday life. You know, everybody's got so much that they can take before the last button gets pushed. So our job is to keep that from happening. We're putting out tools and different types of ways to look at different types of challenges and hurdles, different perceptions, different perspectives, so that we might be able to find that person that needs to hear this kind of other way. Sometimes another way is our outlet, keeps us from harming ourselves and each other. So this has been Series 22. God will see us through. He empowers us through. And this has been episode number 3. And that is the way we receive. We want to be mindful of how we receive, because the way we receive is the way we come across. And if you want to come across in a receiving way, meaning we welcome you type of a way, then you want to watch the way you receive, because the way you receive is the way you come across. Until next time, when we launch Series 22, God will empower us through, or God empowers us through. Stay tuned for episode number 4, and that title is The Fear of the Paranormal. We're going to talk a little bit about UFOs and whatnot that people are starting to see, because we're capturing it more and more on camera and recording audio. But we're going to dive deep into that on our next episode. And until then, you take care of yourself. If you need to if you have some kind of something that's moving you to assist us, then everything you need to donate is on the front of this channel. And if it is not, you can always hit me up in my email. That's on the front of this channel. Until then, may God continue to bless us all. May you have yourself a great rest of your day, your afternoon, and your night. And this has been Brother Herman with another one of Brother Herman's sermons. Thank you.